Hey, welcome to Non-Perishable Goods Podcast. I'm Stacey.
Now, Bishop,
Thank you for joining us today. We are so excited that you're going to be sharing the next, hopefully, hour only with us. We've been going a little long these days, but that's okay. It's just so much to talk about. And this past week, actually, I don't know. I feel like it's been a few weeks now since Elon re
we hashed the Epstein situation towards Trump on via Twitter X and created a snowball effect of bringing back the attention of the list or the files.
and why is that? That was one thing that I was like this has been happening, like the Epstein files and all that talk has been going on heavily since like 2019 or even before that. So why did Elon's tweet have the power to bring this back into relevance?
I think due to Elon's petty tweet, because he had a breakup and he shared it with the world,
Right.
is because it was time. I think it was a powder keg waiting to explode, and Trump didn't Trump didn't do himself any favors uh, being mad about saying why are we still talking about Epstein? We're talking about it because we want to know who are the perpetrators and we want to protect the victims of this travesty of a situation of this possible pedophile ring that Epstein was convicted of one time and did time, so-called time, for 2 counts, I think, of is it sexual rape or trafficking or something.
What, the first time he was convicted?
Yeah, the first time, yeah,
Okay, so the first time
because
he
he
was
really wasn't convicted the second. He was
right, he was
just
put
jailed.
in jail. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
put in prison
yeah,
and was awaiting trial, but we'll
yeah.
get to that.
Okay.
But yeah, so it did happen in 2004, 2006. He was convicted, but he plead out and got like a really for prostitution, and which was just such a I guess a trumped up, not a trumped up charge, but it was uh how could I say this? He got off. He got off with a very, very lush deal.
Well, he did get time, but it was like he'd have to go in back in a certain time each day or something, right?
Dude,
Or was it a
yes.
weekend
It
thing?
was 13 months
Yeah,
for basically, and what he did was not prostitution, it was trafficking. But they lowered the charge, and he was basically in there for 13 months, and he had to basically just come back to jail to
yeah,
sleep. Which
right. So
is
he
like
was.
who does that? You
It's
could
like
go
he was
out and
able.
work for 12
Yeah,
hours
yeah.
and then
Go
come
back to
back.
prison. Yeah.
It just shows you it's like, woof, all those men needed their sexual favors. We couldn't stop that. Couldn't stop it.
I think the funny thing about this situation is you have both sides, Dems and Repubs, red, blue, green, whatever, all wanting to know about this Epstein file uh, situation because we all want to protect our kids, our young ones, and we all don't appreciate or are against trafficking of any kind, and especially with kids. So
Yeah.
there is a I guess silver lining in all this BS where we all want the same thing. I saw the conservative conference, and that was one of the main issue or talking points was the disappointment in the Trump administration
Oh,
about
the Turning
with
Point USA
yeah about
conference.
why the Epstein files haven't been exposed yet. Pam Bondi, I thought she had the files on her desk. I thought she gave four influencers or something a folder that supposedly had the files in it, but were heavily redacted. What
Okay,
is
no.
what's going on?
Okay, what's so crazy about all of this? Like I followed this over the years, but I never really did a deep dive. And the things that I found out about every single level and segment of what's happening or what has happened, it's been a show. And it's really making me wonder a lot of things. But the just specifically the Pam Bondi when she had the four Republican or conservative or talking heads, influencers standing in front of the White House with the binders that were saying like confidential and oh, Epstein, I have the Epstein files. Like it was such a spectacle. And I
Yes.
remember that. It was such a huge news day. But the thing is, the things that were in those files weren't confidential. The stuff that was in those files are already public information that were already released.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, is this even real? I mean, it's real, but okay, what I found, there is no Epstein list. There isn't like a Epstein list. Like if you listen to Trump and how they talked about it, like there is no Epstein list, but there are Epstein files. So I was listening to a lot of
Yeah, they're like MP4 files, stuff like that. Like
there's
videos
videos.
because he had cameras all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Even before all this, there was people who've been to the house already told you that there's cameras all over, which tells me that, and I think he said it himself, Epstein said it himself, he used it for possible blackmail.
yeah. Yeah. And then allegedly, there's this is where it gets really crazy. Allegedly, there's so many people saying that he was an agent. He was like an informant that worked with different agencies. What?
Which what's the biggest one though?
I don't know if I want to say it. No, I don't know. But I mean,
Are we gonna get flagged?
so many people are saying it. Like this is just allegedly, this is what's being reported. Like
The M word.
anything I say right now, it's already out there. Like this isn't new
Yeah.
information. And there's like people, the ones that I got my information from was Tara Palmieri and Julie K. Brown. And
Who
also,
Tara did a total deep dive. Like she knows this in the back of her hand. Like she knows all the players. She's a great commentary. She has a YouTube. Check out her YouTube channel and everything. Every interview she's done, she's got this lit.
yeah, like she definitely has the victims in mind in her journalism.
Yeah.
And she's an independent source, but she's also worked with a lot of like Politico and like she's just been on top of the Epstein file since like, I don't know, like 2000s,
Yeah.
So I feel like she's very credible in what she's reporting. And so basically, so if you guys want more information, she has a podcast called Broken, Jeffrey Epstein, and it goes in depth. It's 2 seasons. It's pretty awesome. And then there's also on Netflix a documentary called Filthy Rich, and it goes in depth of a lot of this stuff. So these Epstein files, like at this point, I'm just kind of wondering because I don't know. There's a lot of things people are wondering. Is Trump in the files? Is Trump on the list? Okay, first of all,
You said there's no list.
there's not technically a list. It's just all these files and Trump is definitely on the what do they call it? In the black book and on the flight logs. But there's so many high-powered leaders, world leaders. Just this is like Diddy times 1,000.
But I also want to say too, though, just because they're on the plane doesn't mean they did stuff on the island.
Right. Right. Like I'll give you that.
Clinton's on there, Chris Tucker's on there, Tom Hanks is on there, um, I'm on there. No, I was kidding.
People better stop. Right. But no, that's kind of like the Diddy parties. Like I feel like
Yeah,
maybe
nobody, not all the celebrities stayed overnight. Okay, for the
right.
baby oil. Okay,
Yeah, like people were at the
who
Diddy
wouldn't want to
parties.
go to a Diddy party? Like I would want to go to a Diddy party.
Yeah, everybody wanted to go to a
Yeah,
Diddy party, but we didn't know the freak offs were
yeah.
happening,
So
you
you
know?
want to go to a deserted island and like who doesn't want to see an island? That somebody owns who met during a business deal or something. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Like I feel like maybe the island, I know he had a lot of, I'm sure he had stuff going on there because I think he had cameras there, but he had several properties, like his Manhattan property and his New Mexico property. Like I know for sure they are reporting that he had cameras at the Manhattan property. But I could see maybe the island, since so many celebrities did go there, it could have been like a party island, just something like,
yeah,
oh,
or to seal a business deal or to celebrate a business deal or
right.
yeah,
But I don't know. I should have rewatched the documentary because I watched the documentary a long time ago. But he did have his girls, you know, his situation, I think, was popping off there. But I don't know how involved like other people were at that island. Um,
yeah.
you know what I
But
mean?
yeah, I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you had anything else on that. I wanted to bring up the Juliet Bryant interview that I asked you to watch with Blair White, and
Oh yeah. Oh
she
yeah.
said what
She,
killed me
she was one of the
was
victims.
she was paid out by Chase. Like you were paid out by a bank, like twice. So if that's, I don't want to say that's guilt because then I'll think about Michael Jackson and I think Michael Jackson is innocent. But
Well, I think a lot of these people, a lot of the victims, were paid off because a lot of the people don't want this to come out because
so
there's so
why
many
she
people
she talk?
involved.
Why did she talk then? Because she spilled all the beans.
Yeah, a lot of them are spilling
What?
all the beans.
No
Because,
NDA, no nothing. You give them millions and they still talk. That's
yeah, well, that's
what's
on
the
them.
what was the point of the millions that I gave you if you were going to talk? It was supposed to be hush hush money. And
Yeah.
years later, you talk like, so can Bryant get sued?
I mean, if there was an NDA or if she broke that, then I guess so, you know?
And what about the thing where the possible people who did indulge in the Epstein crusades or whatever, I don't want to say crusades, whatever, whatever,
In his trafficking?
who indulged in it, are they men of high power and how high? And if they were
Extremely
found
high.
out, what would happen to the world? What would happen to the companies that they own, they run?
I
Would
mean,
there be a collapse?
that's what I'm trying to process because a lot of this is still unraveling. And I just feel like over the years, our government or just systems of our world are being exposed. So we're learning, like everybody knows that this sex culture exists in powerful, wealthy circles. Like this is starting to
Vanilla
come out,
Sky.
like this is,
Vanilla Sky shit.
yeah, like just, I mean, just the most insane, sexually driven things of perversion are at the highest levels.
Yeah, you got pedophiles who run future 500 companies.
Right. So I think that I don't know,
Sexual deviance.
like this, yeah, like this is gonna tell us what type of society we are living in. Like the way this pans out, like are they gonna continue to cover it up? Or are we gonna go all the way and expose it and we're gonna like repopulate everybody's gonna like step down and go away with their millions or commit suicide or just like and they'll put new people on boards and as CEOs, and this just all kind of goes away quietly,
Yeah,
you
because we
know?
can see with the borders now. I mean, there's still sex trafficking being
Yeah, it's not going to
still
stop.
around. And who's going to talk? I mean, if they can get rid of Epstein and the model agent Jean-Luc Brunel in prison, then how can they not touch you and you're in public, or you're in your cubicle, or you're in your office in your 20-story building? Like,
Yeah, no, like this, I don't know. Like,
who owns this cabal? Who's in this sexual cabal, and who's pulling the strings here? It's like I picture like five people at a desk talking about, we got to get rid of Epstein, we got to get rid of Brunel, we got to get rid of so and so if they talk or if they say anything. Oh, this chick said something. I just gave her a millions. What are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just see those villains. You know what I'm saying? Like on that TV show, having these meetings,
yeah.
all because
And that's
of your
why,
dick.
yeah, like they either, I mean, it's recorded that Epstein committed suicide, but there's so many people who feel that there was foul play. They feel that he was murdered. And then, there's the conspiracy theory, or they're both conspiracy theories, that he, had enough money and power and connections to disappear, you know? But his own brother said that he was murdered, or his own brother feels that he was murdered. And there's,
But
recordings of
maybe he
him,
he said that too
yeah, to throw it
to
on.
yeah to throw us off. But
Yeah.
I thought you were going to bring up the tape with the minute skip, but the minute
Oh,
skip turned into 2 to 3 minutes,
right.
and I'm just like, you can choke somebody out under 3 minutes. You can
Yeah.
kill somebody in under 3 minutes. It's very possible. So
Or that 3 minutes, you could pull somebody out and be gone,
right,
you know? But they had brought up that I guess there was a former Long Island police officer near his cell, and they think that he got paid off to kill Epstein.
kill or save him.
Yeah, exactly. Like there with all of this, there's just too many loose ends and too many coincidences and too many unknowns. Because like that night, it was the perfect storm. Like for whatever was about to happen was happened. There was the minute or the few minutes that were cut out of the tape. But actually, that was a lie, though, because they manipulated the tape. Like Wired, which is a very reputable tech company, they know how to look at metadata in videos, and they broke it down. There's like videos on that about how they used Adobe Premiere and they saved it and saved it and saved it and did all these edits to the supposedly raw footage. Like why
That they
would
gave to the public.
yeah, that our government, the
Yeah,
DOJ, gave to put on their website to give to the public and called it the raw video, and it was heavily manipulated, cover up. And a lot of people were saying that if that happened in a court, if somebody submitted that to a court, it would be dismissed. Like it would be not permitted because it
right.
was heavily,
Edited.
edited.
Yeah, yeah.
So like we don't know. Like
And
there's
there's evidence of that. She sent me the evidence of
yeah,
that.
and
Yeah,
and the people were sleep, the guards happened to fall asleep at that time.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
too perfect. It's like a dang movie.
it is, but and then like there's just so many things around this, you guys, like that drives me crazy that our freaking like the ties between Epstein and the Trump administration is ridiculous. Have you gone down that rabbit hole?
I was gonna say break it down.
Okay, so when Epstein was convicted for his prostitution, which was actually trafficking of a 13-year-old, And the what was it? Alexander Acosta, he was the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida between 2007 and 2008. And then in 2017 and to 2019, Trump, he was Trump's labor secretary in Trump's first term. Pam Bondi, who's our current U.S. Attorney General, U.S. General or Attorney General, she was the former Florida Attorney General that prosecuted Epstein, who basically gave Epstein that cake, that easy charge, you know? She was the prosecutor. I didn't know she was the prosecutor. I didn't know what her involvement was, but when you're the prosecutor, you give the sentence, you know? And that sentence was so light. And so now she's currently, the attorney general in the Trump administration. Steve Bannon, he helped Epstein with, well, this isn't that important, but Steve Bannon, he helped Epstein with media training in 2017. 2017. This is after he was convicted. This is after everybody knew what type of man Epstein was. You know what I mean? And people in the Trump administration is still like helping him and working with him and whatever else. And like Trump and everybody's talking about how Trump and Epstein were such great friends. And yes, they fell out, I think in like 2004, they fell out because
over
of
real estate.
a real estate deal, you know? But Trump and Epstein partied together, so Trump definitely knew what kind of man Epstein was.
But they wanted to say like they stopped being cool because Epstein got at somebody he Trump knew or something. But it was really over real estate.
Yeah, it was over real estate. But what's even crazier that adds in another element, like last week we talked about the oligarchs. Well, like with all these real estate deals and all these investors that are in the Epstein camp, the Trump camp, and Russian oligarchs are also involved in some of these like early deals and associations during this time period. So it's just like there's so many people connected to all this. And that's why I really think that they are trying to cover it up. This is all like a cover up. And also, like, Trump's trying to say, hey, nothing's happening over here, Epstein files. What? What do you mean Epstein files? Like that's crazy. Like everybody knows that there's videos. Like the man had videos. Like they call it compromise. And it's basically videos to blackmail people. And so this is what they think. They think that, you know, different intelligent agencies worked with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell because they would want this to blackmail certain leaders around the world leaders, because their circle, because Ghislaine, her father, Robert Maxwell, was like, and he died by supposedly jumped off his boat or suicide or fell off his yacht. But there's all this like crazy, mysterious death, and I don't know. It's just too much darkness and too much just evil. And it's very wicked. Like there's nothing good that's happening in the wealthy circle. But that's what I was gonna say. Like all these people were like in New York, Palm Beach, you know, wealthy people all kind of hung out in the same circles. Like Trump and all them, Trump and there's pictures of Melania with the Maxwell and Epstein. Like all these people party together. So they knew, like all these people knew what Epstein was about and they allowed him around.
It's like Weinstein. It's like people know
Yeah,
what Weinstein was about and they still
right. Because
don't say anything.
I think it's so much a part of our culture. Like, unfortunately, like this is like the unspoken pivotal point. Like, is this who we are as Americans? Like, is this the Christian nationalists? Like, is this who you guys are? Like,
It just shows like if you have money, you're able to do kind of whatever you want, and if you do get caught, your sentence won't be as crazy as it is.
yeah, because
But
there's people connected. There's people in these positions that are gonna help you because of money
yeah,
and the power. Like that's what I'm just saying. Like I just don't think like I don't know. I'm really curious to see how this all plays out. Like it's either gonna just get wiped away. But one thing that I thought was a good point why people said that Epstein probably didn't commit suicide because he got off on his first charge so swift, so easily. He just knew he was gonna get out. So why would he
he's
kill
like, I'm probably
himself?
gonna get the same deal or something
Yeah.
and continue. Well, yeah, yeah. Why would I want to end my,
My glamorous, wonderful,
tantalizing my
beautiful,
penis?
yeah, my wonderful, beautiful sexual life that I've been getting away with
Yeah,
since
it makes
the
no sense for
90s.
me. I still got lots of money. I still own that island. Like, why would I kill myself? Like, why would I off myself? You know,
Yeah. So I mean, what's happening, like I said earlier, like this is like Diddy times a billion. Like these are the wealthiest individuals in the world that are all doing their having their fun and having their parties
yeah.
and they're all like oh charisma and great people and da, 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 da. But I don't know if that's the life. I don't know if that's a good lifestyle.
And then if there is no list or files, then why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? Let her go.
That
Let her out.
right,
Why is she still in there?
right. But the thing like to that
Is
though,
she still in there?
right, exactly. And Ghislaine, she sounds like she was just as I don't know psycho
Yeah, that's
as
why she's in
Epstein.
prison.
Yeah, but then somebody also made a good point with all the trafficking that's happened, just those two were convicted, of this because like there's so many people
Yeah,
involved.
because they can't be the ringleaders. There has to be
I don't
somebody above
know.
them. Like they were groomed to be this way. Like they didn't come out of the woodwork, right? Somebody had to nurture them. Whether
Well,
it's Robert's, whether it's Ghislaine's father
yeah,
or the guy who took Epstein out of teaching,
yeah,
because even while he was teaching, he had some allegations,
yeah,
sexual allegations.
yeah.
So it's like,
Wexler, no, not Wexler, but who gave him that job? Oh, Steve Bannon's dad. Wasn't it Steve? No, not Steve Bannon. Bill Barr, that's who it was. Okay, Bill Barr. Bill Barr's dad is the one that gave Epstein a job at the high school as a math teacher or whatever.
with no
And Bill
credentials, right?
Barr, and Bill Barr was Trump's attorney general in his first term. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, this is crazy. This is just way too like
It's like the dot connecting the dot
all
and
the
the dot
all the
and the
dots are
dot
connected.
to
Everybody is
Trump administration at the top, and everything's like,
yeah, there's all everybody's homies. And then like another good point that people are talking about right now that I think is something to note is why didn't Biden release these files when he had it? When, you know what I mean? Because it was this has been going on, you know.
yeah,
But Trump was in office when Epstein
yeah,
was
arrested.
whatever happened in prison,
Mm.
So he
Yeah,
was,
he was in office while he was arrested and taken out,
yeah. But then the next year,
supposedly.
2021, Biden had all this information as well. And so I hear a lot of people bringing that up, like,
Maybe he
oh,
forgot because he forgot he was
well,
president.
for stop it. But the one thing is the Democrats never campaigned on releasing these files and releasing this information, but Trump did, and that's why MAGA is so upset with Trump right now, and it's like causing all this like division in MAGA.
It's a civil war.
Yeah,
It's crazy right now.
yeah, because Trump and them promised this. And in the the conservative or the far right, they've been talking about these files for the longest. You know, for the Pizzagate and all the Hollywood pedophiles and, you
They
know,
want to know who's evil and not Christian enough. And not Christian like. They want to know who the devils are, the demons.
right. But they were saying that it was all, you know, just the Democrats. But
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. You know,
Yeah.
it's everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Biden didn't release it because you know, they did it's there. I think that there's more to it. Like I want to bring this point up. Like there's more to it. Like a lot of things are happening behind the scenes with like the DOJ and the FBI. Like there's a lot of ongoing investigations. So by releasing some of this information could ruin their investigation, and because they have to have a solid case, because these people, if you're trying to take down the most powerful people in the world, you have to have a solid case. And if you put out what they have on these people, they could get the best lawyers to set up their case. So that's why I just want people to like, you know, get out of
Yeah.
conspiracy theory land. You know, it's not necessarily Trump is just, you know, trying to cover this up. Like they can't really release it. Then they also have to, I mean, they're saying, you know, protecting the victims, but it's, I think it's more so
We don't want to know about the victims. We want to know who
the names of the
the
people.
names of the who are
Right. But they can't do
doing
that.
this stuff.
But they can't do that until they have like indictments in order in
Yeah.
place, because otherwise they're going to get away with it. And
So if
then
that's the case, and if that is, which I hope it is, then yeah, that's fine. Let them build so they can do this right and
right,
prosecute correctly.
right. But the other thing is also that
Let them
I've
cook.
yeah, I've had a lot of thoughts about all this. Because what if let's just say Trump and them did Trump knows what's in the files,
He
and
knows who's on the files.
and he, you know, because I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Trump. I don't know. I don't know if Trump's in it or not, like on videos or whatever. I don't know. You know?
Yeah, you can. We all don't know. But
Yeah, but he's covering this up like in extreme ways. And his people, I mean, MAGA, like if you, because I think he also used the Epstein files to get his base to riled up to vote for him. The fear mongering tactic. That's one of my, you know, I mean, I've heard this theory as well, and I really kind of feel like, oh, that hopefully maybe this is the silver lining in this is that the far right will stop pushing conspiracy theories so hard
well, he brought
because it's
that up
not
in the
real,
MLK and the John F. Kennedy assassination. He said those things will be brought to the light,
and he
and
hasn't done
everybody,
that yet.
and he had, well, yeah, right, yeah. So
And
you're right.
so that's the thing I'm saying. Like Trump, there's like somebody, I had a list of all the things Trump's promised, and he hasn't delivered on any of them. And I remember a lot of the things he promised during his campaign and a lot of his people, because this is MAGA, this
Not the
is
deportation.
some of the MAGA stuff people wanted,
Mhm.
he hasn't delivered on. And the Epstein files was a huge one that some of the MAGA wanted. And so now that he didn't deliver on that, I don't know. I think that's gonna definitely mess up some of his credibility with his base. But I just hope like even further, like the far right people will start understanding that this man is lying to you guys. He's
Well,
not.
politicians lie.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, right now we're talking about Trump in this situation, and it's this is like top tier levels of deceit, corruption. lies. Like this is, I don't, like I said, this is a pivotal moment in our American history. And I was also thinking too, like regardless of what happens, and I think Trump is okay with this, if he is the villain, like he's going down in history and he's going to be a part of American history. And I think he's
Well, he's
going,
number 45 and 47. So yeah,
what does that mean?
he's been president twice. He's definitely going to go down in history as probably one of the most hated presidents.
Yeah, rightfully so. But there's a lot of people that have two terms. But I mean, his story is a little different because he was elected and like run amok and became a felon and all these other allegations and then was reelected again. And people have to ask, how did that happen? And it's because of lies. I think it's lies. And he thinks his fan base is dumb. And he said that today. He didn't call
Yeah,
them
on the True Social, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't call them deplorables like who did they make a big deal that said, "Oh, they're deplorables." Oh, Hillary. But he called MAGA stupid today.
Well, he said if you did he say if you believe
Yeah, if
in
you
that you were
yeah.
dumb.
But like come on, dude.
Context.
Yeah. But no, that's still stupid. Like he's still calling them
He
dumb.
said, yeah, but you put like a the provocation. You put an if you believe in this, you're dumb. Not they're
Oh
all
yeah.
dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's saying they're all dumb who believes in this.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people believe in it. But anyways, so I don't know. I think those were all my main points. But oh, okay. You want one more tier?
Please.
This is something I just found because okay, why I think Elon dropped that petty post. And because he
Mhm.
knew what it was going to do when he said, oh, well, release the Epstein or whatever he said. What did he say?
Trump won't release the Epstein files because he's on it or something to that degree.
Right. And he's definitely in it. He's on the black book and the flight records. And he might be in some videos. We don't know. We don't know that yet. But
He might be on some videos.
right, doing his little dance. And it sounds like whatever these people are doing on these videos is out of line. But there was already, rumors allegedly that Russia had videos of him with like prostitutes and stuff.
Mm.
So like this is all like been in the atmosphere in the world forever, just I don't know, it's just what you believe in. But anyways, okay, so Elon when he dropped that tweet, he knew what that was going to do. And now we know that if Trump gets impeached, who's going to be in office?
JD.
Right. Okay. Now, Pete. So JD Vance, I think he's just playing his part right now because there's video of Vance saying that he doesn't like Trump.
Old video.
Yes, old video before he even ran for vice president.
Yeah.
So Vance, he's connected to Peter Thiel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peter Thiel funded JD Vance, okay,
Mm-hmm.
for his vice presidential candidate. Then Elon Musk and Peter Thiel were they are PayPal mafia, I guess they call it. Like they have different investments together, SpaceX and Palantir. So Palantir is being contracted through the government to be like a whole surveillance system over American citizens, or probably everywhere. And then, SpaceX satellites in the sky that is giving people internet in rural areas and not SpaceX, Starlink, sorry. But and the SpaceX is the rockets, whatever. Anyways, not important. But I'm just saying that these are tech bros, right? So right now, MAGA is being divided between the Trump MAGA and the
Mm.
tech bros MAGA. So I looked into it a little bit further because Epstein, he was
Is it
have
just tech bros or is it MAGA and Christian?
well, yeah, there's a lot of things that
Oh,
make up.
okay. I thought you did. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
just talking about the divide right now
Like the
between
tech and
yeah.
Trump MAGA. Okay.
But Epstein also invested heavily in science and tech. Like
Hmm.
he's had like 40 million. So Epstein and Peter Thiel, who also works with Elon, they met in 2016 and Epstein invested 40 million in some of his ventures in 2015, 2016. So that's another crazy connection, right? So Epstein, he's heavily into eugenics and genetics, and basically he's lightweight. Sounds like he's racist, and so he wants to build a superior race, and that's also a lot of the, things that Hitler preaches on, and Elon. And so Epstein, he wanted to build or he had a surrogate or wanted to have a surrogate farm in New Mexico, right? And where he would have these girls, because like I think one of the ladies, Virginia Roberts, he approached her to carry his babies because I guess Ghislaine and Epstein couldn't have children. So he was gonna build like a human race of like a little army of children, right? Who else does this? Elon.
Yeah, but
Elon,
he does it naturally.
right. Yeah. But he's still, and
But so
Elon,
does Nick Cannon and Easy E and Will Chamberlain. Keep going. You're cooking.
right,
Go ahead.
right. But Elon and them, like, I'm just, all these connections and like kind of where we're going. Like, I'm talking about where we're going. Like, America is either going to be tech bro or it's going to be Trumpism. And so we'll see how that's the real pivot that's going to happen next, I think. Because some of the Republicans in Congress are breaking from Trump. Like the Speaker of the House says that we should release the files. So, like, more, if you hear more of that, that means they're going to start. And if they start making Trump crazy, and that they're going to probably, do the 25th Amendment, get him up out of here, put Vance in. And then that's going to usher in all this authoritarian life. And like these guys, first of all from South Africa. They all have like kind of, okay, maybe I won't say that, but they do have white supremacy in their bloodlines with their fathers and all this other stuff and apartheid. But okay, forget that. But I just kind of want to throw that out there. Let's get back to the genetics. So, but that's all that eugenics and genetic stuff, that is white supremacy. They want to build a superior race and look into it because these are the things that they invest in. And it's called transhumanism. Have you even heard of that? I've never heard of transhumanism.
Wasn't that with Planned Parenthood?
No, this is with them. This is with tech people. So basically, they're saying there's a solution to death. Basically, they're investing in bioengineering, they're investing in genetics, they're investing in how to anti-aging, different things like that. So a lot of their money is going into that space. So I don't know. I just think that's interesting. Not in a good interesting, but I just think that people should pay attention to what's happening, what's transitioning, what's moving around, and what's coming. And also like bringing in the spirituality side of it all, just knowing from what I know of how like what's prophetic in the end of the world, like with the Antichrist and the mark of the beast and all that stuff, that techno world could usher that in a lot quicker if we like go that way. And some of their like ideologies behind transhumanism, it sounds like they're trying to play God. And I don't really like that. So,
Well, how you feel about the AI and the robots? I mean, technically, their creators would be their gods. So if they're learning on their own, their creator is a human. So that would be their god, no?
I mean, that's there, there's no cells, there's no life form in that. It's still artificial. It's not human. It's not life. It's not a life form. It's just tech. That's how I see it. I don't know. But a lot of the technology that they're working on, like the neural links and all that, and the RFID chips, like that could, usher in the mark of the beast and all that. Like, because it's supposedly you're supposed to get a chip in your hand, and if you denounce God, then you can't like make purchases, you can't do anything. So,
If you denounce God, you can't.
well, no, if you denounce God, then you're like good with God, but the world, whatever world play system is in place, whatever the new world order is in place, you could get killed if you don't accept the mark of the beast, which is what they call it spiritually, but in this world it might just be called a scanner, so you could make purchases, so
The
you could,
barcode,
yeah, some kind of barcode, the RFID
the
chip,
Q, the Q card, the QR code.
yeah. So like,
Well,
we
they
could,
already have that on your phone. There's like they're kind of inching their way to your skin because you already have it on your phone.
but
Like only
they have the technology to put it, people have
I
like the
know, but it's
dog,
not vast. Like they did it with a dog, they did it with
yeah.
one person. I forgot who it was, and it works. But they with the phone, I was gonna say, like Amazon saying, you can go into one of their stores and just, you know, go in and get whatever you want, throw up your phone and little beep beep, and just walk out without pulling out your wallet.
Yeah.
So all these conveniences, I mean, you do that with Starbucks too. So all these conveniences are kind of inching their way into our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But and then we're losing the humanism, we're losing the mortality, like
But
they're
this
trying.
is inevitable, isn't it? Like this technology is supposed to make our lives convenient. So all this stuff is going to be more not
Yeah, but
either
you're gonna,
popular or available because that's what people in tech want. That's why we have so many all these kids in MIT and improving our lives with technology and stuff. This is what they want. They want their name to be out there for creating this. Like Elon is like their master teacher so far because he's making all his sci-fi dreams come true.
right, but the man has no character, no ethics,
He has a
no.
lot of character. Ethics I don't know about, but
No,
he
but I mean just his
has a
business,
lot of character.
his business practices, like the
He is
way.
a character.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, he is a character, but the way that he treats employees, like it's not human. It's not cool. It's not moral. It's not ethical. It's not, I don't know. It's just it's just more of the same. But all I'm saying is,
Why does that matter?
well, for me, it matters. Those are the things that I value in life. Not everybody
But
values what I value. You know what I
yeah, if
mean?
you can't get the
So,
job done and it's my company, like if I'm emotional like that, it's my company, right?
yeah, it is.
It's a private owned company.
But that's also why he's losing a lot of his wealth and his net worth because he's not running his business properly and he's not a good businessman. And
He's not a good businessman. He has three businesses, like
well, I mean,
thriving businesses.
well, Tesla, like their cheap cars, like people are starting to find out the truth. Like he has good ideas, but he invests in a lot of stuff. A lot of the things weren't his original ideas. And he just knows how to, invest in, but his,
Yeah, that sounds like a good businessman.
I guess his business practices are
Mhm.
not moral.
His business ethics.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, it's how you want to leave your legacy and how you want to run your business. But word it, and he's also racist. Like that's on record. There's court cases with all that stuff. So, I mean, if that people think that's cool, then that's on them. That's cool for them, but not for me. Um, but so I don't know. I just think America is in a very pivotal place, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Any other
Anything
points?
else? Anything else you want to add? Did we like not touch on something?
Um, I touched on all the things, and you touched on some of the things I want to talk about. Um,
But
pretty
everything is just,
much.
yeah, but it's just what blows me away is how connected Trump is to Epstein and just this whole like everybody that's in leadership and in power from the tech world to government to financial, like it's all these people are connected. So,
Well, yeah, it's like the record. If you're in the record industry in New York, you're going to probably know all the people in New York who are in the record industry, music
yeah,
industry.
right. But
So
these
it's the
are all
same.
different industries. But I'm just saying these are all just wealthy people. Like I guess
Yeah,
that's the commonality
but
is that
Epstein and Trump got together because of real estate, and then Till and Elon got together because of science and investing in elevating these ideas in science.
yeah.
So
But now all the world villains are together and they're combining their forces.
where's our Captain America and Iron Man?
Yeah, I don't know who's who. You would have to tell us that part, but I just know that these
Where's our X-Men at?
it's not looking righteous.
Where's Batman?
It's not looking righteous, y'all. We in trouble.
It's always going to
Molly,
be a hierarchy, right? Like the rich are always going to have more give and have more opportunity than everybody else lower than that. I
right,
mean,
but
just
I feel like there should be, I know there's wealthy people who have morals, ethics, and aren't super freaks. Like there
even
has to be.
even
There has to be. Like I don't know if there is, but there has to be. I'm hoping. If not, then I don't think wealth is really the
even those people who
is the thing to achieve in life.
even
Like
those people might have like an ideology that might be so far like they're willing to kill over it, or they're willing to lie
right.
over it.
The
Yeah,
greed, the power.
even on the left side, anybody who's like, let's say there's like a hippie-ish like rich dude. Like his ideas can be pandered to with money. He could pay somebody to protest or things that he doesn't approve of. He or she doesn't approve of. So yeah, there's people on both sides who have money, far left, far right, who are
Right.
can what do you call it? Use money to fuel their agendas.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, forget right and left. I'm just saying, wealthy people in general, it seems like those that are wealthy and those that have a lot of power aren't making great decisions.
I think
And
as human beings with no
and sex
morals, yeah, and
it, and
lots of stuff.
sex is the downfall.
Our D's get us in trouble all the time.
Yeah,
That
like
is
the
our down. That's the downfall of man is our dicks.
right. But that's my thing in life is I feel like the pursuit of pleasure, if that's your focus, if that's your focal point, it's going to ruin you eventually.
I don't think righteous people, men or women, can have money because I feel like money corrupts you personally. I haven't seen one person who's rich who, whether their agenda might be good or not to you or me, hasn't exploited themselves or somebody else via money to put forth their agenda. I feel like somebody like in church or somebody, the middle class person who just
Well,
has charm and is equal and fair and centered wouldn't be heard because he doesn't have the funds to be heard. But I guess now you could with TikTok
yeah, I was gonna
and
say
social
like
media.
Mr. Beast, like I feel like he's pretty righteous and he's extremely
Yeah, but
wealthy.
look how they're coming out. after him and his employees and people around him are saying he's not who he says he is.
Oh,
So
see, there
that's
we
what I'm saying.
go. There we go. I don't know that. Yeah, you might be
Like
right.
let's say like you are righteous in the beginning, but then you get all this money, and then with money you get access
And
to anything, anywhere, anybody.
yeah,
So what does that do to a human?
it messes up their brain and they don't make good decisions.
I never thought that being rich or having a abundance of money can make you a better man. It can make you a freer man, but it can't make you a better man. I think it
Yeah.
corrupts you because of the access you're willing that you were able to get, and I think it's poison. I think money is poison.
I mean, I don't know. We need money, but I think when you idolize money and if you use it to exploit people, then it definitely is a problem. Like the pursuit of money, which is pleasure, it's a problem. Like anything that's a pursuit of pleasure, it's idolatry. It's a
But even
problem.
look at the people who have access to money or know that they're going to get money. They, at least with what I've seen, I live in Los Angeles. I see a lot of people not being kind to other people.
Yeah, it's very dark. It's very like there's a scripture that says, the rich can't inherit heaven. Or it's harder for a rich man to go through a camel's eye than enter heaven or something like that.
Why
Um,
would that's gross.
I think I'm saying it wrong. Hold on, let
Why
me.
would why would
Okay, so here's the scripture. Sorry, guys.
okay.
It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God.
Okay, say it over again.
I got that all wrong.
Say it over again.
That was some remix. Okay. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God, which is heaven.
Bars.
So in the context, a rich young man tells Jesus he has kept the commandments. Jesus replies, "If you want to be perfect, sell your possessions, give to the poor, and follow me." The young man walks away sad because he has great wealth. Then Jesus says, "The camel needle line," shocking the disciples. The disciples ask, "Who then can be saved?" Jesus replies, "With a man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible." So the meaning, not a condemnation of wealth itself, but of clinging to it above God. It emphasizes that salvation isn't earned through riches or righteousness. It's only possible through God's grace. The imagery of a camel, largest animal in a needle's eye, smallest opening, drives home how difficult it is to enter heaven with a heart attached to material things. Boom. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if the money isn't and wealth isn't the problem, but when you put that above all else, or if you're faith, religious, you put that above God, that you're not going to be able to sacrifice. You're not going to be obedient to God. Your greed, your pleasure is going to have you out here having freak offs and whatever else these are called,
Or even if
trafficking.
you're not into faith, I think if when you worship the mighty dollar and you treat people less than, I think that destroys your assassinates your character and it turns you into a villain. And there's nothing righteous about that. And
Yeah. It's like you're self-serving. You're serving yourself. Like if you have all the money in the world and you don't help others with your resources, then like what's the point? I mean, I don't know. I think that could go end badly for you. Because
yeah.
you're just serving self. And you'll get like he's like, "Oh, I got money, I got money, I got money." You're like Richie Rich or you're like Scrooge on DuckTales.
Well, Scrooge never shared his money though. He just swam it.
Right.
So
Exactly. Like what's
I'm like
all
Smaug in Lord of the Rings. Like I keep all the gold.
and a
It's like,
lot of yeah, right. And a lot of wealthy people, they just hoard their money and just want more and more and more and more and more. But I don't know. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but it's when your intentions and are off. I think it leads to a lot of issues. But anyways, I'm speaking in circles.
I think the problem with money is you can become a tyrant. It's not that uh, if you are a rich man, what you do with your money, you can keep all the money you can be a Scrooge or a Smile, but it's how you treat other people because you have that. Um,
Yeah, I like that. That
that's
works.
that's the part I don't. That's the part I don't like. Is when you think you're better than somebody else just because
You have all the
you have
wealth.
6, 7 figures,
Yeah, and you could treat people any old way.
and then you're bragging about it online. Like, who cares, dude? Like that. What is that? That this says nothing about you except that you had what a smart businessman and or you made good decisions as far as financially, and you are flamboyant. What is that? How does that help anybody else?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It just gives them something to covet, especially if they're, have some insecurities or jealousies. I don't know. It's
I
just
was
a
looking
lot.
at I was
It's
looking
just a
at
lot.
Birdman's old mansion, and it's like how big it was and how it looks now. It's like all abandoned. Like that is America, you know.
Yeah.
You gain money fast, you lose money fast, you spend crazy, you live like you what you see on TV and the gangsters and the mafia and all that stuff, and then it's gone.
Yeah. Because people either mismanage money or they live beyond their means or
You want to
like,
show off.
yeah, or they got it in the wrong ways. Like, I don't know. That fast money is not good money. And I have yet to see in real life or on a movie where people who plant bad seeds or make poor decisions or do things that are illegal or corrupt or scammy, it doesn't really end properly for them. It doesn't
And look
end.
at the people who did have money, like Bourdain, and there's this Asian cat in San Francisco. Like they gain a lot of money, but they still
Hurting
ask, yeah, still hurting. Yeah,
and suffering
it
on the
doesn't
inside.
cure your
Yeah.
ailments. It doesn't
It-
cure your past. It doesn't. It's not an end all be all. It's not medicine.
Health is wealth. Health is the true wealth. The things you can't buy with money are what's real in life, are what's lasting. That's what I think.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
You know what I mean? So, all right. Well, on that note, I think we're up
See how
out
we
of
went from
here.
bad to good. We came, full circle. You know what I'm saying? We brought positivity back into it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Because I did, well, sorry, about to go really dark. I did, I did look, I came across the word nihilism.
hmm
Like I feel like we're at a pivotal moment in in America. I think people are gonna either become nihilists or it's gonna restore our hope in government if they do the right thing by bringing all these people to justice. Because
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, but
so then nihilism might overtake a
that
lot of
that can't
people.
happen. That can't. If these guys go down, the fabric of our government and society is going to hurt.
We need it. The Great Reset. I'm all
The
for it.
Great Reset would be annihilation.
Yeah, and a lot of these
The Great Reset to me is like a virus that only kills people who are over 40 years old, or maybe even 30, so the kids can reset.
yeah, something's bubbling up and shaking. There, a lot of people are gonna get exposed. That's what I think.
They can get exposed, but
Yeah,
there's too.
that's my I know. Like we made our predictions of what we think will. Well, you didn't really make your prediction. What you think is gonna happen?
I think people are going to get exposed, but nothing's going to happen. It's going to be like Prince Andrew. It's like nothing is going to happen. Like who? Okay, cool. What's his face was on it? He owns all these banks and these airplanes and blah blah blah. Who get what? Okay, and
Yeah.
he's on video, but there's no proof that he assaulted anybody. Like there's
Yeah.
girls around him, but there's no evidence of him, actually doing the deed or doing, you know what I'm saying? You get a massage by a 16-year-old, so what?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? There's no other sexual encounter. There's no sexual encounter. You know what I'm saying? You can see all the names, even Tom Hanks did, like Chris Tucker, like they're on the plane, they're on the blacklist, they're on video, but doing what? You know what I'm saying? If they're
We'll
doing,
see one day.
yeah, I mean, if it's that graphic to that, then yeah, those guys are probably going to uh get
Because I think the
sentenced.
video, yeah, like the way that people are crazed over this, I think that there's some videos that will be released one day. Like it'll be a leak or something, just to embarrass somebody.
It'll be a leak and it'll be on Reddit and it'll be on there for like an hour
Yeah, but it'll get people talking enough.
because Reddit is the outlet for leaks. Reddit and Twitter,
Oh, really? Yeah.
more
Yeah.
Reddit.
The two places I don't be.
So I'll be there heavy.
Keep us posted. Keep us informed.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
Ghislaine Maxwell supposedly was on Reddit, and they tried to make that a
Right.
conspiracy.
Did
And
you
her
look it
name was like
up?
Max. So her name was Maxwell Hill or something. There's I looked it up, but there's too much conspiracy
Hmm.
threads that is just like it's the same one. Like, oh, all these posts stopped when she got arrested.
Right.
But then the other side is why would she expose this? She doesn't have the time, or why would she use Maxwell Hill or whatever the last name was? Like she would probably want to. If she did this, she probably would have used another alias.
But some sociopaths like to be found.
But
These,
she's been on Reddit for years. So she started from that time. I forgot how long. Ever since Reddit started, she was the first one. Supposedly, this name was the first one to have a
oh,
million
really? Wow.
like views. So yeah, whoever that is, or
It
what,
sounds
you know
like
what I
it could
mean?
be it could be her. But they were saying watch, and then when she passes away, watch it start like tweeting again.
But what
Or whatever.
can you diagnose being a sociopath, or is it just your actions? Like,
Mm,
can a
they can
therapist go in
diagnose
there?
it. They could diagnose it. Like based off of your behaviors.
I just don't see like at that time, like she would have too much to lose to use that name. I know it's a big name. I mean, one of my favorite artists is Maxwell, but it's like that would be just too close. Like it's me, like me using Bishop, you know, face fake, face
I
fuck.
mean,
You know what I mean?
people like to be Facebook. People like to be found out. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know what, like a lot of the stuff she does, like how she was so loyal to Epstein, like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So a lot of stuff just doesn't make sense. Like a lot of this doesn't make sense to me, but it's it's people's little brains be so she might have did it, but I don't know. I don't know who it is. I'm just saying. I would hey, but I'm just saying if she passes away or if she gets out of prison and they start redditing again.
If she ever gets out of prison, you'll never see her again. But
Yeah. Well, they said that that's probably what's going to happen with her. They were like, she's not going to be in prison for 20 years. Like, in maybe, so many years, she'll be able to like get out, disappear.
she's
Because
probably out right now.
her trial, if you think about her trial, it was so under wraps. I didn't know was going on,
Yeah, it went by hella fast.
right? Her trial was so quiet, hush
It's like they
hush.
showed her in court, and then like that was it. It was like 2 minutes. Sentenced, done, that's it.
Yeah, and it was closed. It was so they man, they have this so under wraps. I don't know.
So it's like, who did
They're
that?
protected. Like
Yeah, who's protecting her right now? You know what I'm saying?
the world because they were the pleasure for the entire world leaders, it sounds like.
And and they're on video, and she knows where the bodies are buried. It's probably like a kill switch. It's like if I pass away, the tape, the all the videos, all the MP4s and uh VOCs go online.
Right. Right. Something like that. But but yeah, she's definitely going to get away with because she's very brilliant. And he was brilliant too, in a sense. So they might get away with
She
it.
might have been the person in the dark pulling the strings.
That's what they're saying. They're saying like she was just as crazy as he was.
Hmm.
And she had a lot of charisma and she was like the life of the parties and
Hmm. Got
you
that
know,
accent,
yeah.
pretty,
So
dressed nice.
she was very instrumental in orchestrating all of his
Yeah,
escapades.
coercing, manipulating the girls because it's a girl, it's a woman, female on female. It makes it look better when you coerce, girls.
Yeah. So
It's a Bonnie and
she's
Clyde shit.
yeah. So Ghislaine, she's gonna get out. Possibly she won't do her whole 20 years because
I don't think she will.
people, yeah, they were like she might tell on people because I think even recently they were wanting her to testify or come before a grand jury. Did you hear this? Like
Hmm.
this is what Pam Bondi and them or people were, right now, like people were saying that they might cut her a deal and she'll expose everybody.
Because there is no way that I think that Ghislaine is like in general pop. Like she has too much on people in all facets of society to
Yeah.
where she's going to be living, like every other prisoner.
Yeah.
She's probably in her own cell outside, got AC, her own chef, that kind of thing, like on some
Right.
kingpin mafia shit.
Shoot, let's see what prison she's in. What prison is Ghislaine Maxwell in, and what are her conditions? Is it Kush?
It says Ghislaine is not in prison.
Okay, Ghislaine is in on the island.
She is on a island.
She's on Love Island. Okay, she's serving a 20-year federal sentence at FCI Tallahassee, a low
With low
security
security.
women's prison in Florida. Damn! Her projected release date is 2037. Is it cushy? No, definitely not cushy. Overcrowding and poor maintenance. A DOJ watchdog report described rodent infestations leak in the center. Yeah. Food shortages, basic healthcare strained, activities and behavior. She's been physically
Okay,
active.
that's cool, but is she experiencing any of that? I doubt it.
Right. Yeah. But shoot, she might be going crazy because a lot of people are saying that she took to Epstein so much because she came from a wealthy lifestyle, and when her father died, she wanted to stay in those circles, and so that's why she took to Epstein so hard because she wanted to be back in those circles, and she didn't want to lose that lifestyle. That
Yeah.
that power dynamic, man, money again, money. And that lifestyle, that wealth, that power, people, once they're in it, they do not want to lose it. And they will go to the ends of the earth to keep it. And I think that's a problem.
Yeah, I'd be thinking it's the D because that's what I'm used to. Like me just throwing the D around and keeping that's how I keep girls around. But listening to Brian's interview, it sounds like he wasn't adequate. So I wonder how I was wondering how he kept Ghislaine around, but yeah, probably because of the power and
Yeah.
his riz, because he was having sex with other people. So I
Right.
don't even know
And
if they were like,
she was getting the girls to have sex with him because she said that he was diagnosed that he needed to have sex with women 3 times a day or girls 3 times a day.
yeah, and then who knows, she might be bi or getting
Yeah,
her fix somewhere else, deal with some young pool boy or some shit.
and he never married her, and they were saying because, she was old.
Yeah, it could have been like a not a facade, but just like a what do
A
you call that?
beard, or no, well, not a beard, but
Like a front,
yeah.
like, oh, we're a couple, but we're not a couple. Like this is just for power moves because when you look like you're married, it's easier to have business to seal business deals because you are supposedly a married man or a family man kind of trope. So
Yeah, and he liked young girls with braces. He was so ugly to me. He looked like a big-headed,
all
I don't,
right.
I don't know. He was so ugly. He
But
scared me.
if he was handsome, would it make a difference?
No, but it would have, I mean, not that it would help, but I
Do you
mean,
hear? Did you hear any of the stories that the victims had? Like it was all like they didn't want to do it. Nobody voluntarily jacked him off.
and
You
even,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, and even this one guy, what was his name? Dershowitz. I guess he was one of the supposed um people that was with some of the young girls. He was so ugly. His old, oh, he was so ugly. I'm just like, this is disgusting. But hey, and then that's the thing. A lot of these girls, parents would drop them off at his place in Palm Beach.
Yeah, because they
And
thought it was a job. It was just like, right, like a regular job.
no, and some people knew what it was all about, but they
You're
needed the
saying
money.
parents knew
Yes, it was like R.
what they
Kelly
were doing?
situations. Yes, they knew. So that
Okay.
was
So that's
involved
another
as
level.
well. Yeah. So, but that's the same story. It's like these girls wanted to be models. These girls wanted to be
Damn, R.
ma-
Kelly, I forgot about that too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
these girls wanted to be masseuses. They wanted to be in the art world or culture,
See,
whatever.
yeah, be in that limelight or the high life or meet people that they see on TV, celebrities,
And he
people they
promised to give it to
admire. Yep,
him, and nope, gave him dick. Sorry, that was not right.
but it came off right. It came off right.
Man, crazy, crazy times. So, okay, for the fourth time, this is like a long black goodbye. If nobody knows, it takes us like 5 times to leave our family. So, this is for real. This is a for real goodbye. Thank you so much for sticking with us for this long. If you're still here, and make sure to like, share, subscribe our stuff, our content on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Yeah. Non-perishable goods, baby. Okay, bye.